and welcome to our session today on the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. I'm Lindsay Berg, Senior Director of Industry Product Marketing, and we're here today to talk about unlocking innovation and reducing risk. We have a lot to cover today. We're going to look at some product updates from our engineering team, as well as a demo of intelligent appointments. We're also going to look more deeply at our compliance program for the Microsoft Cloud, which supports customers in this critical industry in managing their concerns about regulatory compliance. And then finally, we're going to look at a new area for financial services, the way in which our team's Frontline Worker product can support agents in your local banks and insurance institutions. Where I'd like to start today is talking a little bit about the environment that we find ourselves in. The Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services is built to address the biggest concerns that we face in this industry today. If you think about customer engagement, the pandemic changed the expectations of our customers in dramatic ways across all industries. In particular, for banking, we saw that customers now expect a much higher level of digital engagement than they ever have before, and we do not expect that to change in the near future. Having come this far with digital transformation, our customers do not intend to go backward. The other area that we want to support as Microsoft is employee experience. The employee experience has also been changed as the need for more technological interactions with customers increases. Those interactions can be very challenging without the right tools. And so we're very committed to making sure that we offer the tools and resources and guidance so that employees can effectively meet the needs of their customers. Value creation is another critical area. We know that our banks in particular are looking for ways to unlock new value and think about new revenue streams. And digital transformation and the move to the cloud creates new ways to unlock data silos. The use of data is absolutely critical to this idea of value creation in banking and in financial services as a whole. And without the ability to connect different streams of data for purposes of AI and machine learning, we don't believe that it's going to be easy to be successful in this highly competitive environment. Fraud protection, we know, is another area of high concern. And the great thing is that AI is giving us new opportunities to look at fraud prevention in new ways. Finally, security and compliance. It will be no surprise again to anyone that 82% of banks believe that we would expect a greater level of regulation over time. As we take down boundaries between countries, as we take down boundaries between our customers and the bank, we know that greater regulation will be needed to ensure data privacy and security. And so compliance becomes another area of high concern for us in supporting our customers in this critical industry. The Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services operates across 4 critical vectors. We look first at delivering differentiated customer experiences and the way that we can use technology to help ensure that customers' needs are met and that the expectations that they have for personalization and tight interactions with their banking professionals in areas of financial wellness continue to expand. We also look at empowering our employees through teamwork. In the age of hybrid work, it is critical that we have the tools that we need every day to meet the needs of our customers. It is incredibly frustrating when the thing that is holding our employees back is not having the right tools. And we'll talk today a little bit more about how Teams and Frontline Worker can make that happen. Combating financial crime remains a key consideration for this industry. We won't be talking much about that today, but again, I'd love you to come back and see our additional materials on how we combat financial crime. And then finally, management of risk across the organization. The compliance program for the Microsoft Cloud is a critical support in this area, and we're looking forward to sharing more with you on how the compliance program can help. Overall, the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services is, as we continually say, built on this foundation of trust. And what that means is that we consider all areas. We consider identity, privacy, security, and compliance as all part of a big picture designed to reduce the risk, both for our banking institutions and other organizations in financial services, as well as reducing the demands on the consumer. And finally, interoperability. Data models are not always considered critical. I think there's a misperception that a data model is a small part of the work that we do. But ultimately, the data models are part of how we ensure interoperability. And they're a key part in how we think about transitioning data from one silo to another, making those connections that I talked about that lead to value creation. When we look at the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services, today we're going to be focusing on banking customer engagement. We're going to be looking at some great product updates and how we deliver differentiated customer experiences, how we, again, with the compliance program for the Microsoft Cloud, how we ensure that our customers can meet regulatory requirements, and also, and importantly, how we think about the employee experience. The other area that we haven't spoken about yet is the partner ecosystem. The partner ecosystem becomes a critical part of what we do in financial services because no one company is going to be able to meet all of your needs. When we think about all of the areas around this wheel, predictive targeting, what we can do with collaboration for loans, what we can do for account protection, or in fact, what we can do for onboarding customers, all of these critical experiences, what we offer as Microsoft is rounded out and expanded by our partner ecosystem. And we will hope to continue to build on that with these industry-specific partners. Finally, as we talk about these three key areas that I've mentioned so far, the growing partner ecosystem, the industry data model, and our foundation of privacy, security, and regulatory compliance, I would encourage you to continue to look at different ways that we can support you in your journey as a financial institution. And I'm super excited right now to introduce my colleague, Philippe Brissaud from our engineering team, who's going to share with you some of the advances in the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services in this engineering wave. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lindsay. I'm Philippe Brissaud, Principal Program Manager for the Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services. On behalf of the engineering team, I'm pleased today to share more information about our autumn release. In this release, we're going to look into a couple of key elements that are going to be bringing to market. First off, we're bringing into general ability or intelligent appointment solution. Then we bring a series of public preview for you to test and bring feedback to us. The first one will be around onboarding application, which allows you to build your own processes about onboarding financial services product. The second one is our unified client profile for wealth management, which will allow our wealth advisors customers to dive into the specifics of their customer before engaging with them. And then finally, we're going to bring a series of industry vertical data model to help us bridge and open our financial services cloud to new subvertical like insurance, property and casualty, wealth management, and extending small business capabilities into our existing retail banking data model. And finally, we are expanding geographically to Brazil, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Now, let's dive into the appointment solution. The intelligent appointment solution is here to support your customers and make sure that you can create your brand and match it with your customer's desire to connect with your advisors at the right time, at the right moment, but also to match them with the right advisor. This solution will allow your specific skilled advisor, for example, a loan officer, to connect with a customer that desires this type of meeting. Additionally, if you have, let's say, a customer wants a car loan, you won't be matched with a mortgage specialist, but with a car loan specialist. This solution will allow you also to configure meetings and duration of meetings, documents that are required for this appointment in a way that will simplify the life of your advisor and relationship managers. Additionally, this solution is not only available for retail banking, it's also available for wealth management and insurance as well. Now, one of the key cornerstones of this solution is also the deep integration we have between our platform and Outlook Exchange, allowing us to actually get into the advisor Outlook calendar and making sure we're not creating conflict with a customer meeting or, for example, a team meetings that are being scheduled ahead. Finally, we also support in-person or online meetings. My colleague Lindsay Hughes will give us a bit more insights into virtual appointments, which are probably another option, so we're going to get into future releases. Now, looking into our other capabilities for this release, we're looking now into onboarding application. This is an orchestration capability that will allow you to actually manage your application across the board. We hear loud and clear the feedback from our customers when last year we released our loan tracking capability. They wanted more, you wanted more, and we answer your call. Now we have a series of components that you can reuse to build your own processes, leverage our task management capability, use our document intelligence capability, which for this release will allow you to recognize documents automatically, allowing for your advisors and relationship managers to actually fast track the time to validate documents. And finally, this is all powered by our Power Automate capability, allowing us to connect through more than 800 connectors on the market, allowing your process to connect with your existing assets and additional system to seamlessly create a full experience for your customers and your advisors to connect through this experience, allowing for a great customer experience, but also a fantastic employee managing system on the task level, making sure you're on top of your task, on top of your game. Finally, from an application standpoint, we're happy to release our wealth management capability that which allow us to actually bring to market unified client profile capabilities. This one comes from the learning we had in the retail banking space. With this, we're expanding what we've done in retail, especially in the context of life event, where we're expanding to goals capability for the wealth management advisory processes. Additionally, the wealth advisor will have an ability to go in depth into the financial assets of the customer, understanding the client connection in depth, and finally provide for you ability to have a flexible solution that can connect back to your backend system. This release would not be complete without your industry data model. And as I mentioned early on, we're expanding that reach, not only from retail banking, but we go into the wealth management and the property and casualty insurance business. Those industry data model, as Lindsay mentioned early on, are the key cornerstone to making the connection between your system or third-party applications and partner and the new capabilities we're bringing to market, as well as new innovation capability you can bring. So this creates a new set of sub-vertical specific assets for you, create ability for you to improve your interoperability across your stack, innovate faster due to the preconceived message and languages that we bring with those data models, and finally create an integration point with analytics. And as you can see, we are already working on logical alignment with our Synapse database templates that have some of those industry capability already. Now, with this release, will not be complete without a geo expansion. As you've seen probably in our spring release, we release across the world. Now we're putting a national focus in LATAM with a release in Brazil, and in Asia with a release in Hong Kong and Singapore. We're expanding the language support with Brazilian Portuguese as well as traditional Chinese. Now, it's time for demo. So I'm going to show you over the next couple of minutes a bit more details around intelligent appointment, which is available to all the region I just mentioned previously. And I'll talk to you after that. Thank you.
In this demonstration, we will look into intelligent appointment solution. Specifically, we're going to look at key features of that application that will enable you to create a fantastic experience for your customer so that they can book the right meeting with the right advisor on their terms. Here's an example of the Woodgrove Bank website where I'm already identified as Philippe and I want to schedule an appointment. Now, for me, scheduling appointment is quite easy. I have an ability to look into different topic, right? And so here you have on everyday banking, which is essentially retail banking, you have an ability to create wealth management or other type of financial services, line of business, loans. I decide for today to look into wealth management. Now, what I have here is a topic available to me. So within the realm of wealth management, I can decide to have different type of appointments, right? So here you have open an investment account, I have setting investment goals. Each of them may be different, meaning I can configure the duration of each of those. For instance, an investment account will probably run 30 minutes, while setting investment goals, talking about my financial future, may take close to 45 minutes, an hour. And for some of them, the documentation may be also different. So let's look at opening an investment account. If I'm going here now, I have an opportunity to look into the type of appointment or the type of engagement I want, the type of channel. Here I can decide to do a virtual meeting or I can go for an in-person meeting. So let's look at the in-person meeting first. I'm going to type my current branch. And now, as you can see, I can select different branches. If this doesn't work for me, I can look into another one. Now, I can see there is an upcoming meeting in 15 minutes. Doesn't work for me. And this week, apparently, that's the only one which is available. For the purpose of this demo, I used only one advisor to give you clarity on the capability of this solution. Now, let's look into the next week. So now you see I have at my fingertip an ability to select different dates, different range, and all that goes back to our API that allows your organization to build a custom experience for your customer based on your branding and your specific customer experience overall and how you provide great customer service. Now looking at next week, which is probably work best for me, the system will look into the appointment of available as well as the element within the investment advisor that are actually booked. So as you can see right now, there's some availability for that advisor in the morning, early in the afternoon, but nothing in Monday afternoon and nothing in Tuesday afternoon. Let's look at the calendar of the advisor for a second. So looking at the calendar, now you can see, oh, okay, now there's an answer. You can see that I have here are a couple of things that are pretty booked, right? So you have the lunch, it's going to the gym, and here in the afternoon of one day, he's working remotely. As well on Tuesday, there's a team performance review and remote working. So what our system does is looks into the Outlook Exchange calendar of the advisor and looks for those busy times where there's no availability to actually book an appointment, giving you a perfect opportunity to provide the best time for your customer to have an advisor available, avoiding conflict, multiple conflict for an advisor, and making sure that you provide the best experience possible for your customer. So now let's go back to the booking experience. Now, let's say I want to do 10 a.m. on Tuesday. And so I'm going to click next and now have another capability here, which is interesting. I have an ability here as an administrator of this intelligent appointment solution to add a series of documentation that are necessary for this meeting to stay its course well. So I can decide for this opening investment account, there's a set of documents that I need, and I can make sure the customer is aware of that before coming to the meeting. The customer may have also an additional comment. I want to learn more about retirement plans available in your bank. Now I can decide to schedule an appointment. So by scheduling an appointment, what happens is the system will do two things. One, it will send confirmation email to the customer with all those information you see on the screen. Second, it would book the appointment into the advisor calendar, directly into his Outlook Exchange calendar, so that they won't be able to put anything else like a team meetings or internal appointment, reducing the potential for conflicts and for challenges for the advisor to be available for your customer. So let's look at first the email of the customer. And as you can see, we receive a confirmation that we have an appointment next week, next Tuesday. And here you have bringing the following information for the meeting and so forth. Now you can see also there's a probably different type of time zone that we can support. I'm in the Western time zone, so I was at 10 a.m. And you see here, I have Eastern Standard that was part of the branch for this view, right? So we can also manage those different time zones if we need to. Finally, looking at the calendar of the advisor, you can see now we have at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we have an investment account appointment, open investment account for field B, right? And you can see here, I have note customer added. I want to learn more about retirement plans available in your bank. So the advisor received the request for the appointment, booked into his Outlook Exchange calendar, plus he received the customer information. Now, the last thing that the system does is also looking into booking that into our backend solution. So now if we're looking into refreshing this view, you see now I have a 30-minute appointment booked on Tuesday for this specific advisor. And so this allows us to have all the scheduling being done properly.
So you see during this demo, our key assets around intelligent appointment, the deep integration with Outlook, with Exchange, the ability to book appointment across the board for your advisor, and making sure it doesn't conflict with what happened in their calendar. Also, from an administration perspective, you're able to create different type of appointment with different duration, making sure you can provide the best care and support for your customer. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce our compliance new capabilities with my colleague, Soo. Thank you.
Thank you, Philippe. I'm Soo Stahl, and I lead the compliance program for Microsoft Cloud. Microsoft has a track record of nearly 10 years of deep engagements with worldwide regulators and customers addressing regulatory compliance topics, and these engagements have successfully unlocked the use of cloud in many markets. And we did this in several ways. First, by engaging directly with the regulators and walking them through the benefits of cloud and how we operate and secure our services, their risk perception around the use of cloud has shifted. Many financial services organizations struggle with the legacy technologies and related risk on-premise. For them, there are opportunities to improve overall security through the use of cloud technology in ways they could never do this on-premise. By explaining to regulators how we invest billions of dollars in latest security technology and build out highly stable and secure services at hyperscale, we often succeed in changing their perspective, not only to focus on third-party risk, but also on the opportunities it could offer to reduce other risks. Second, we listen carefully to the feedback we got from customers and regulators to make sure that we engineer our solutions for compliance. We have also enabled the use of cloud by engineering several specific features to enable customer compliance. Our overall level of transparency, as well as our contractual terms, have also evolved significantly over the years to align them with regulatory expectations. And third, as cloud continues to evolve, we have set up a program where trending topics can be discussed very early on between Microsoft, customers, and regulators. This is important because new regulation may require Microsoft to adopt its services, or it may have significant implications on our customers. And we want to ensure it's also tech neutral and not having any unintended side effects that may be problematic for future innovation. And we're thrilled to announce that Microsoft Cloud for Financial Services includes full value of the compliance program for Microsoft Cloud. The continuously changing regulatory landscape and the complex technological context can be overwhelming. And many organizations feel they're left to address these challenges on their own with minimal support from their cloud service providers. The addition of the compliance program for Microsoft Cloud will support your innovation and help overcome regulatory challenges. Customers now will receive white glove service from a group of subject matter experts at Microsoft in evaluating cloud risk efficiently and effectively to meet compliance and regulatory requirements. Tailored to meet our customers' risk, privacy, and audit and compliance teams' needs, customers can directly engage with Microsoft's expert to address top-of-mind compliance concerns, as well as accelerate regulatory assessment and approval cycles. In addition, customers can receive support with cloud risk assessment and their due diligence needs. And for our customers to stay current on the latest regulatory compliance developments and Microsoft's external audit results and service changes that may impact the way you assess Microsoft Cloud, we proactively share those updates via community events such as newsletters and webinars. Our global summit provides a platform to network with other peers who share the same top of mind with you and learn valuable insights from each other. We're here to support your cloud journey. Now we'll hear about new options for transforming the employee experience from Lindsay Hughes.
Thank you, Sue. My name is Lindsay Hughes, Product Marketing Lead for Financial Services for Microsoft 365 and Teams for Frontline. While leveraging all this technology to better support your customers' needs, I'm excited to also share what we've been working on to support the frontline within financial services. I'm going to walk you through how Teams and Microsoft 365 are empowering frontline financial service workers across banking, insurance, and capital markets. But first, it's important to ground ourselves with who the frontline workers are and why supporting them is critical. Representing 80% of the global workforce, no one has borne the burden of the past few years more than the 2 billion frontline workers around the globe. From financial services to healthcare, manufacturing floor to retail sales floor, we have learned very quickly that they are the backbone of communities and economies. Nearly every business is facing the same challenge: how to balance business results with employee well-being and growth. Aligning business and employees is an opportunity for business leaders, one that will drive positive outcome for employees, customers, and the bottom line. And while technology is not the only answer, the data shows it can be the key to alleviating stress, streamlining business processes, and improving culture and communication for frontline workers. It should be no surprise that the pandemic unlocked a newfound flexibility in how and where frontline workers can connect with customers and even collaborate together. As a result, the adoption of technology increased drastically, and we saw that from 2020 to 2021, the monthly usage of Microsoft Teams on the frontline grew by 400%, with financial services leading the way with a 550% growth in monthly usage. There's no doubt that there is appetite for new technology. Along with Teams, we have a wide range of solutions to support everyone from your banker to contact center specialists, insurance agent, financial advisor, and the rest of the frontline. So we start off with a focus on communication and collaboration. Whether it's one-on-one across teams or across organizations of the business, we want to help break down the information and communication silos. Equipped with Microsoft Teams chat, calls, channels, and file sharing features, you can connect disjointed experiences, standardize communication, and streamline workflows across financial organizations. Amid unprecedented levels of burnout and turnover, successful organizations understand that a positive employee experience is critical. Microsoft Viva is built with your employees in mind, from improving productivity and well-being with Viva Insights to supporting a wide range of industry-specific learning content with Viva Learning. Viva helps set up your frontline workers and organization as a whole up for success. We know that there is an abundance of manual and repetitive tasks that limit employee productivity and distract them from high-value customer-facing work. This is especially evident for the frontline roles that are expanding to take in additional responsibilities. But with Microsoft's expansive suite of solutions like virtual appointments, these organizations can streamline operations and reduce cost. Finally, all of our solutions are built with trust, security, and compliance in mind, so our customers can rest easy. I want to share a bit more around one of the exciting features that support the frontline: virtual appointments. Microsoft is excited to help you deliver frictionless, personalized, and consistent business-to-customer experiences with virtual appointments to help your organization build deeper, more meaningful connections between your frontline workers and the customers that they serve. With virtual appointments, your employees can facilitate a seamless customer experience that allows clients to receive text reminders, join a custom branded virtual appointment through their mobile device. Let's watch this short video highlighting how you can begin to benefit from virtual appointments.
Connecting virtually with your customers, clients, and people you serve started as a necessity. Now it's an opportunity to engage in new ways that seamlessly integrate the virtual and in-person experience. Welcome to Virtual Appointments for Microsoft Teams. Virtual appointments can help save your organization time and money, reach new customers, and provide them with improved experiences. Until now, many have had to piece together a virtual appointment solution using disjointed tools that may not be optimized for their industry. Virtual appointments are specifically designed to enhance interactions with your customers, all in one unified place in Teams. It starts with an industry-leading customer communication platform, featuring screen sharing, support for multiple guests, and high-quality video and chat. But that's just the beginning. There's scheduling, appointment reminders, forms collection, queuing, waiting rooms, mobile experiences, analytics, and more. Virtual appointments can help you provide a seamless customer experience designed for our evolving hybrid world. It's an end-to-end solution for areas like healthcare, for secure appointments between patients and providers, retailers to provide new ways for customers to explore products and make informed purchases, financial services organizations offering transformative ways to bring value to their clients, and any organization that wants to interact in a convenient and effective way with the people they serve. Virtual Appointments is your end-to-end experience for virtual engagement. Plus, there's more exciting features on the way. Virtual Appointments for Microsoft Teams. Learn more today.
As mentioned earlier, we're also announcing Intelligent Appointments, which enhances appointment scheduling and can be integrated as a scheduling platform to complement virtual appointments through the newly released Graph APIs. Keep an eye out for more integrations to come. In closing, I want to share a few resources with you designed to help you in your journey to unlocking value through innovation with Microsoft Cloud for financial services and equipping your frontline with teams for frontline workers. We want to thank you so much for joining us, and we're excited to continue to support this critical industry from all across the Microsoft Cloud. Thank you.